welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. And what a show we've got for you tonight. Wait till you see what I've got in the green room. From Hollywood, the star of Fast and Furious 6 is Mr. Vin Diesel. There's a lot of that going on. I've been working out to get ready for you, Vin. He's all the way from Hollywood, all the way from Surrey. We've got the frankly perfect Jamie and Louise Redknapp. Hey, guys, thank you for coming on. That's a lovely-looking couple right there, isn't it? Great to see you. And they're from Surrey, from just about everywhere else on Earth. We have the very well-travelled and the unique Yoko Ono, ladies and gentlemen. Yoko Ono. How lovely to have you, Yoko. Great to see you. Yoko, of course, you know, I'm a big fan of your music, I'm a big fan of your art as well, and all of your kind of performance pieces. I wonder, have you had a look at the latest official portrait of Her Majesty the Queen? I don't know if you've seen that yet. That's the new official portrait. Yoko, do you have an opinion on that?
Well, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful picture. I'm not sure if it's the Queen or actually Michael Ball. That's my problem. I haven't seen anyone look that disappointed since the front row of the Spice Girls musical. Well, hold on. If you're... No. Some of you were going to start booing then. And I was going to say, yeah, if you're going to boo, why didn't you bloody go and see it? Because, of course, sadly, it's closing. It's just about closed. I don't know. Did you go and see it, Louise?
No, didn't get the chance.
Okay. Well, you probably thought you had time to get tickets because it was called Viva Forever. So you'd have thought it was... But then again, your band was called Eternal, and where are the rest of them now? OK, that's not all we got for you tonight, though, because as well as those guests playing their massive hit Pompeii, we have the fantastic Bastille. Hey, guys, great to see you. There they are. Playing live at the end of the show. That's going to be great. And we've got even more for you because, I don't know if you know this, but I love a bit of magic. I love illusions, and we have two members of the greatest magical troupe in the world travelling all over. They'll be back here later in the year. They're doing a tour, so lock up your rabbits because from the Illusionists, it's the anti-conjurer Dan Sperry and the inventor himself, Mr. Kevin James. There they are. Vinny, Mr. Vin Diesel, I don't know if people know this, but I know. Don't cheer every time you see him. He's just a big bald bloke, all right? Vin, you're keen to do a musical, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
He is keen to do a musical.
I really am.
And you've got a good singing voice as well, I believe.
I hope so.
OK.
I'd like to try.
I have a suggestion for you. Why not make an action musical?
I love it.
How about Mary Effin' Poppins with Dick Vin Diesel?
Oh, Jonathan!
Let's bring out our first guest. He is that rarest of things, a Hollywood action movie star who's under the age of 60. Before he comes out, let's see him once again causing carnage on the big screen in Fast and Furious 6. Look at this.
You really think you've won? This code you live by is about family. It's the very reason you weren't even in the game.
Damn.
Somebody do something! I got a tank on my ass! Oh! Lenny!
I don't think they'll be showing it at the Cannes Film Festival, but it's a crowd pleaser, that's for sure. Here he is, taking a night off from saving the world, Mr. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel. How about that? Oh, there's a lot of Vin. There's a lot of Vin there. You're... So I don't know if you've heard of Vin, but Vin, great to have you here, man. That's quite a welcome, isn't it? That's a hero's welcome.
It's an amazing welcome. Okay. And it's great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you back on screen as Dominic... Is it Toretto, his name is?
Right.
Dominic Toretto in Fast and Furious 6 is out next Friday, 17th of May. I enjoyed it. I love seeing you in action. Right. I love the racing scenes. And I tell you what I do love about it as well, which was... And I didn't expect this. I didn't know this one, there's big racing scenes in London. And that's great to see. And I didn't even know you were over here filming it. How long were you over in London filming those
6
things?
months.
Why didn't you call? Why didn't you come on a show? What's wrong with you?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, why aren't you calling me?
Well, I didn't know where you were.
But everyone else in London knew I was here.
Hey, how did you get the London streets clear? Because you were racing around like crazy. It took me almost 2 hours to drive like 6 miles to get here today. When were you filming? Like middle of the night, early morning?
We actually filmed while the Olympics were here.
Oh, man.
So while the world was racing during the day in London, Fast and Furious was racing during the night.
So we were looking over there during the daytime, and at night time you were over there,
Precisely.
kind of under cover of darkness. OK.
That's right.
Let me ask you about... This is the thing about Fast and Furious I love. It's obviously... I'm not really what you would call a petrol head. That's the phrase we have over here. Do you know?
Yeah.
I'm not... I mean, I like seeing nice cars, beautiful motors. The racing in these films is extraordinary. Yeah. And you do some of that yourself. You do some of the stunts yourself.
More than I should.
OK, and you do the motorcycling as well?
I wasn't on a motorcycle.
Not in that film, but in
Triple X, yes.
OK, so you love motor vehicles?
I think what happens is once the director says action, I'll do anything.
Action!
There's one young gay man in the audience with a dream. So you come back to this series now, and this one, I mean, this has got, of all of them, the most action in it. Yeah. I mean, this one is off the scale with sheer craziness, OK?
That's
it's
right.
you, and it's The Rock. Now, we all love The Rock.
Yeah.
Difficult for me to pronounce him, but we all love Dwayne, OK? And he's even bigger than you.
He is bigger
I mean,
than
you're
me.
a big guy.
And he is definitely bigger than me.
How much bigger than you is he?
60 pounds.
Wow. And height-wise?
2-3 inches.
No, more than that.
Well, don't push it.
OK. Presumably you were a muscular youth as well, were you?
I started training when I was 15.
OK, so when because I know we were talking last time we met about Multifacial.
That's right.
The film you wrote and directed, you showed at Cannes, and that's what opened the door for you. You made your own luck. I mean, Vin's not one of these guys who wait for happen. He made his own luck. He got the situation rolling for himself there, and I have nothing but admiration for you there. But before that, you did a bit of breakdancing, I believe?
Kind of.
Who was doing the old school rapping while you were doing the old school popping and locking?
When I was breakdancing at a place called Times Square in New York City. And I would breakdance in the subway or at Columbus Circle or in the Village at the Washington Square Park.
Yeah, I've been down there, and the kids still do it down there sometimes. I mean, yeah, they do different kind of like drumming. You get down there and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Good, Jonathan.
Okay.
Can we talk about something else for a second?
Yet.
Please. I just want to say one thing.
What's that?
I'm not going to sell you down the river, and this is not even for you. In fact, don't listen to this, guys. I just want to tell you guys something. I love Jonathan Ross. And I mean it. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. I mean it. They say, I mean, to the degree where, like, I'm coming over here and they're saying, okay, we got to do our pre-interview.
Hold it, your head's salty like a peanut.
Hey, be nice. I know what you're up to.
You don't want me to show this clip?
Oh, you're cruel.
Oh, come on, dude. This is fabulous, but it doesn't look anything like it.
If you're showing a clip, it's cruel. It doesn't matter who it is, but it's something...
I love to see old school popping and locking.
It's not...
You do the booga and you do the loo. Come on, Vin. Vin, give me...
all right, give it
Can I have your permission to show this?
Yes, Master.
We'll just tell it,
yes.
because this is awesome. This is Vin. I never knew you did this. This is from 1984. How old were you then?
16.
16 years old, OK? Just turned 16. This is Vin in action. Check it out.
Just throw your hands in the air, and wave them like you just don't care. And if you wanna bust a move of a crush groove, somebody say, oh yeah! And you don't stop that crush.
can do everything. He can do everything.
Those were the good old days.
Genuinely, that must have been great fun, wasn't it? Being a kid and doing
was
that
so
in New
much
York
fun.
City.
You want to know what's so strange, Jonathan? The guy that's in that video is in the green room right now.
No way.
Cut to Dave in the green room, please, immediately.
The guy who came in tonight, he's there. They're trying to find him. He left when we showed the clip, apparently.
Oh, my God! Oh, wow! How did you do that? How did you do that, Jonathan?
I just recognised him and I
my
said,
God!
Come on down.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Come
That's
on, you
great.
came
That's
together.
great.
That's incredible.
super.
So you guys are still hanging out together?
Still brothers.
Wow, that's marvellous. What's your name, sir?
David, bro.
David. So, David, do you still rap?
No.
That was breakdancing, by the way.
But he was doing a little bit of the MCing as well, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't doing
Wasn't he doing any MCing? Who
Crush Groovin'?
was that not
You know
talking-
that song.
Oh, Crush Groovin'? Oh, yes. Now I know, yes. OK. What are you doing? You're twittering.
No, I got to do something.
It's like having Will.I.am out here. He's always
No,
on
be
the-
nice, be nice. No, 1 second, 1 second. No, this is for my daughter. Hang on a minute. All right.
You want me to take a picture of you with your...
No, I just have to send a message to her. Okay, are we ready here?
She's going to say, who's that creepy guy over your shoulder there? I'm going to do a handsome face.
Hi, Amor. Daddy's in London with Jonathan Ross.
It's official, we're partners now.
Daddy'll be home soon, but look at what Daddy's dealing with, a beautiful audience. I love you, I love you, Sorry, when you're on the road a lot and you have little kids...
How old is your baby?
She's just turned 5.
Wow, so that is still a baby. That's still a real little one. Man, that's nice. You gonna have
And
any
the
more?
2-year-old doesn't understand Daddy leaving.
No. Because Dad goes, and why is Daddy going away?
Why is Daddy leaving?
And how long do you spend away from them? When you were filming here for the 6 months, did they come over here with you?
Yeah. They had to.
Did they like...
I tried to come over here without them, and after 2 weeks, it's too painful. So we got a house in St. George's Hill, right next to Yoko.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Now, I read that you were considering, or being considered for, a new film based on one of my favourite television shows of all time, Kojak, starring the great Telly Savalas.
Yes, that's right.
Now, I love Telly Savalas. I love that series, and I could see you would be great in that role. But one of the things I used to love about Telly Savalas, I used to collect pictures of him in his trunks. Really? He always used to do interviews like that. And, man, if ever a man knew how to rock a Speedo, it was Telly Savalas. So I'm hoping that if you take the role, we're going to see some of that action from you as well.
I will do that. I promise you.
Are you doing the role? Is it happening?
I am doing the role.
Wow, I didn't know that was official. That's incredible. That's great.
Did Kojak air over here?
Kojak was huge over here.
Oh,
Kojak
really?
was huge over here. I think it was huge all over the world. And one of the reasons why it was huge was he was so great in the lead role. It was a great character, but he was so great. So you have got... They're big shoes to fill, of course.
Huge shoes. It was shot in my neighborhood growing up.
Where was that? That was in the Bronx or something?
In the Village, in downtown New York. So I would see Telly Savalas when I was a kid come into my building.
Man.
And he had no idea that someday I would portray him or portray Kojak.
But I guess you had hair then, so you had no idea that you
I
would be
had
such
no
a good
idea. That's right.
What about the musical? Because when I first met you, it was years and years ago.
I would love to do a musical.
And you wanted to do Guys and Dolls, you were
Would
talking
love
about.
to do Guys and Dolls.
OK, and you've got a pretty good singing voice?
I don't know about that, but I would love to do Guys and Dolls.
Could you do a little bit of Guys and Dolls for us now? You know any of it? You know any of it? I haven't checked this with Vin, so I don't know if he even knows the words.
I kind of like the song where Marlon Brando sings, "I'll know when my love comes along. I'll know." Come on, guys, you got.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That was nice. Vin, you know, genuinely, I love having you on the show. You're a great sport, you're a man, and I think you're a tremendous actor as well. And I can't wait to see you fulfil that potential and give everyone the chance to as well, because there is a prejudice against action films, and there shouldn't be, because they're just as hard to make a good action movie as any other kind of movie. And you do them on the best. And the exciting thing as well is, and we're not giving anything away here, at the end of Fast and Furious 6, clearly, you're doing a sequel. And clearly you're starring in it. And The Rock will be back in it. And we can't really mention the other guy because that's a surprise.
You can't really mention the other one, but they would love it.
It's going to be so cool who the other guy is at the end. It's so cool.
It's tempting, I know.
Joe Pasquale. OK, I've said it. It's going to be great. So good to have you back here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vin Diesel! Thank you so much. Sit down, relax, because join me after the break when I'll be chatting with Jamie and Louise Redknapp. Don't go away. Let's get my next guest out. They're waiting on the bench, eager to get a piece of the action. It's the first time, I think, they've ever been interviewed on a show together. Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome Jamie and Louise Redknapp? You're strutting. You're strutting. Am I right in thinking this is the first time you guys have done a TV interview together?
Yes, pretty much.
Yes, first time on a talk show as well.
Really? What,
for me?
For you?
For me, yeah.
Why have you not been on one before?
No, I think when you play football, you don't tend to do them as much, but it's obviously a real honour. We did League of Their Own a few weeks ago together.
I had a great time. Well, that's
other.
why I wanted you to come on. I enjoyed working with you. But you say when you're playing football, but you spent probably more time not playing than playing. Am I right? So there must have been time for you to do other stuff.
Yeah, and I think in that spare time, I mean, that was when I did more football sort of punditry and things like that, and just looked at the future, because 31 years of age, you retire, it's quite a big deal, and you look and you think, it's big, wide world, all I've ever known was football. Yeah. And you think, what am I going to do now? You know, and it was quite difficult.
And what are you going to do?
Still waiting.
No, you're not. Hey, but you guys have been married, how long is it, 16 years now?
Yeah, 16 in June.
Well, that's incredible. Congratulations. That's a lovely thing. Unusual. Well, it shouldn't be, but it kind of is. How did you meet? Is it you met at a concert? Not one of your concerts, but it was a concert.
It was?
Yeah, well, at the time, Eternal were touring with Take That, and Robbie Williams kept on saying to me, you've got to come and meet my mate. You've got to meet him. He wants to meet you. He's seen magazines. And I went down, and Jamie and sort of Robbie and that were just playing ball, and that's how we met.
I'd always seen Louise in different magazines, and I thought, yeah, I like that. I really like her, but unfortunately she had a boyfriend at the time.
Is that how footballers choose wives? It's like they have a pile-up, they rip out page and say it's going to be one of them.
Do you know what?
I'm going to Milan. When I come back, get a couple of them lined up. I'll give them a trial.
Well, it was a bit like that, because when you're a player, you very often you have sort of football magazines and you say your favourite film, favourite actor, favourite pop star. And they would always just say Louise.
And was it because... Did you actually like the music of Eternal?
Massive fan.
You liar. Look at that.
Yeah, it was... what was the one, though? What was the...
What was one of your songs?
No, lots of them, yeah.
No, I don't think you were a fan, were you?
Of course I was, yeah. I loved Eternal.
I've got to say that.
You've got two boys?
Yes.
Right, OK, so two boys. Would you have liked a girl as well? Was that something... I mean, because having boys is lovely, I'm sure, but they're as football mad as Jamie and Harry, aren't they?
Yeah, they're completely into their football, and it's really cliche, but for me to have two children, I am so incredibly grateful. But at the same time, it's not now that I think, because the boys are fab, and they go off to football and I have my bit of time, but I know how close I am to my mum, and I just think, am I going to not have that in years to come? Like, I don't know, there's that mum and daughter thing, but I know I'll be close with the boys, and I'll make an effort to always, you know, be part of their wives' lives and that.
And do they let you... Are you allowed to dress them? Are you allowed to kind of, like, take them out their comfort zone and...
Football kits.
That's it.
Honestly, and there's so many nice clothes for kids out there, and they get up, they choose their own football kit. I'm not even allowed to get involved in, like, matching colours with tracksuits. I mean, they literally get themselves dressed. Football kits. We can be in the best restaurant in the world, can't we? And they wear football kits.
They do love
I love it, though. When you're away, you can always tell a British family abroad because there'll be a couple of kids turning behind them.
Oh, we are so British abroad. Very chavvy, When we go to Mallorca in the summer, and they'll, you know, feel like we're looking quite smart, and then the kids just come along in QPR kits or Liverpool kits, you know. It's not
And
a
they
good
wear
look.
football boots as well. they wear the football boots out.
Can I ask you about your dad, Jamie?
Of course.
Okay, because we all know Harry Redknapp, OK? Anytime the England managership comes up, his name is... his hat's thrown in the ring and people think, OK, he's going to get it this time. And he's never actually been offered it properly, has he? Is that because he's seen as too controversial by the FA, do you think? Because I think there was a kind of groundswell of public opinion that he would be good. I think there was genuinely a lot of people wanted to see him in the job.
Yeah, well, I think it was after last year, really. I think once... it's been incredible, probably 8 months for my dad, because from having the court case, which is very traumatic for the whole family, then obviously that went well. Then Fabio Capello, it was that evening, actually. We were out for dinner, sort of celebrating, obviously, the verdict. And then Fabio Capello resigned. And then we thought, well, probably by the end of the season, he'll be the England manager. And that was everybody, I think the public, wanted him to be the manager. He's very honest, my dad. When people would ask him if he should be the manager, he was like, yes, OK, of course I'd love to manage my country. Anybody would. But I think people misconstrued that as him pushing himself for the job, which he never once did. And then they decided to give it to Roy Hodgson, which was, listen, fair enough, Roy's a nice guy and he's obviously a very good manager, but I personally felt he should have got the job. I think he'd have done a great job. I think people like him. Listen, I can speak from working with him. He was my manager,
And also, obviously, when you were a kid, I'm assuming you knew him then.
I've known him all my life.
So, yeah. but even as a kid, he was your manager, wasn't he? I mean,
Absolutely,
you worked with him. So that must... Was that difficult for you, though, with the other players knowing, you know, he's your dad?
It was difficult because I was sort of 16 years... That's a lovely picture there with Charlie. Look at that, though. Yeah, that was when they won the FA Cup. No, it was difficult because you sometimes you'd be in a dressing room environment and the players would be talking about my dad, sort of slagging him off because sadly one person's not happy and he's not playing. And I'd walk in and they'd all sort of stop talking. Yeah. So that wasn't easy. And I'd just join in and give him stick as well.
But Louise, you've just named something after Harry, haven't you?
I've recently bought out a new makeup brand. We decided to name all the products after family, pets, you know, anybody that meant something. Okay. And Harry was varnish.
So you named one of the nail varnishes after Harry?
Yeah. I just kind of the way it all came, we were just sort of like delegating names with colours and Harry was a kind of nudie nail varnish. I don't even know if he knows he's a nudie nail varnish, actually.
Well, I think in that photograph someone's just told him, I think, possibly. So is it the same colour as his face, the nail varnish?
Maybe similar, like very nudie. Have you told him?
No, but I'm a toenail varnish as well, aren't I?
No, not a toenail varnish. Normal nail varnish goes on your toes and your fingers. Yes.
I thought toes were...
Separate?
Separate.
Yeah. No.
You would have thought.
We could have thought. That's
I would have thought you need
a
a heavier grade of varnish for your toes. They come in and so, but you two, you work together occasionally, but I guess not all the time. But you seem to enjoy working together. Am I right? Is that something? Cause it's,
yeah, we don't do loads, but what we've done, it's been nice.
Like, say for example, they said we want someone to go on holiday and play topless golf. They would
no, if you start,
come to you.
You'll never forgive me about this, because I get the blame for that shot.
OK, so this was an advert. We won't mention it, but did you see the adverts they did for a very well-placed holiday company? And you did get some stick for this, didn't you?
Oh, loads. Bundles.
But this was the shot, I think this is what... It was the topless golf shot, and you're like...
Oh, no. That's the... honestly...
That was my fault.
That is your fault.
It was my fault.
How is it your fault? You hid his shirt or something? How is it your fault?
Oh, no, don't even... You know,
he was moaning about doing it, and you know what it's like? Everybody's there on the set, everyone's going, this is a great idea, it looks really cool and arty.
Well, look, you've got a very nice body.
No.
OK, look at that.
Oh, no, please get that off. It's horrendous. Yeah, what a prick.
I think it looks...
Oh, is that what you're calling me for showing it?
No, that's what I'm calling...
No, it's not. Look, you were asked to do it, and it's, you know, it looks glamorous, it looks like a nice place to be.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's your fault.
Do it before you get a big middle. And then you won't be able to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So you're working away on a number of things,
yes.
OK? And when you're being away busy, though, are you possessive about Jamie? Are you concerned? Look, let's face it, he's a very good-looking man. We've all seen him with his shirt off repeatedly. He used to be a player, he's not so much anymore, but he must get offers.
I don't know, do you get offers?
No, I don't.
Do you?
What was that face?
Are you,
no, I don't.
Are you jealous of Louise at all? Do you kind of
Absolutely. I check her phone regularly.
Really?
and rightly so.
I'm glad you gave me that other number then, because that's the main one. That main one.
I always tell him I delete all the good ones.
I always, yeah. But do you do that? Do you ever text and check his phone?
All the time. Sometimes for different things, though, like just normally if I'm sort of boiling something in the kitchen and it's there, I just have a little flick through.
Yeah. Boiling what, a bunny?
I linked right into that one.
But things probably, I guess, when you think about, you know, a footballer's career, you've got about as good a career as you could possibly have after football. Would you want to go back into the game? Would you want to manage?
My dad always says to me, you will one day manage. But then he'll ring me up and say, what are you doing today? Because I'm going to play golf. And he says, now I know why you're not managing. Yeah. And he goes to work and he's got grey hairs and I see him on the sideline pulling his hair out. It's very, very stressful. Yeah. But one day I'm sure I'll have a go. But because your dad was a good manager doesn't mean I'm going to be. I probably could get sacked after 6 months, you know, who knows?
And do you miss the music business? Do you miss being involved in that? Would you reform if Eternal came back and did another tour? Or if people want... Because you had a very successful solo career after the band as well. Yeah,
they have asked about Eternal getting back together. I haven't spoken to any of the other girls, but I don't know if the knee pad days are over. Well, we used to always wear knee pads and big boots.
Oh, I keep that quiet, babe.
It was great, but I can't see the four of us ever really
That's a bit too much, isn't it? You know, we said we wouldn't talk about the knee pads.
I mean, you might as well, if you're going to go down, you might as well be prepared.
I know.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm really pleased, because I'd met Louise a few times, but I'd never met you, Jamie, properly. Well, once in the street we met.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I had my knee pads with me. Anyway, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, Louise. Join me after the break when Yoko Ono will be here, and we've still got our music to come. Don't go away. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Let's bring out our next guest this evening. There are very few people who everyone on the planet has heard of. You just have to say their name, and people know who they are. Well, we're lucky enough to have one of those individuals here this evening. It is, of course, the fabulous Yoko Ono. Let me get under the hat. There you go. Okay. Come and sit down. Okay. That's a fabulous hat and leather jacket combo you are rocking tonight.
It's a bit bigger than me.
The hat is kind of big on the big side. Hey, it's lovely to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Can I start? You had a big celebration this year. There was a big birthday this year.
What was that? What celebration?
Wasn't it? Was your birthday in February?
Oh, yes, yes.
Can we say which one it was?
Well, you know, I became 80 and I'm very...
80?
Yeah.
There's no way anyone would think you were 80. Absolutely not. You're incredible for 80.
Well, I'm surprised too, you know. I
mean... what do you do to keep in good shape? Because you look incredible. You have fitness...
Well, I don't really... See, that's another thing. Most people think, oh, well, I haven't done any exercise, so I have to give up. Don't give up. I mean, any time when you start doing it, it works, you know. I mean, your body is really a very sensitive and powerful thing. And I just, you know, most people think that, oh, she must be doing exercise every day or something. No, I just forget and do some work or something and say, oh, I better do some exercise and just...
And what kind of exercise do you do?
Well, I like to walk. So just walking is supposed to be very good.
A brisk walk? Mm-hmm. No jogging?
No jogging. No. Well, I mean, I could jog maybe too, but I don't.
No kickboxing?
Fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. OK.
And are you someone who has a very strict routine about the number of hours you sleep, the amount of water you drink?
No. Right now, I just finished making an album, which is really great.
This is incredible. How many 80-year-olds are sitting at home saying, you know, I've got to finish that new album? Because since your 80th birthday, you've had another #1 dance single.
Yes.
It's incredible. So you've had... How many #1 dance singles have you had in the States?
10. I had 10 consecutively.
10 consecutively. And this is since your 80th birthday. You had another #1. Wow. But you still have the energy to go on stage. You still perform.
Well, that's another thing that I realised. I mean, just like everybody else, you know, I thought, 80, well, that means that maybe you'll just be asleep or, you know, always in bed or something. No, you get more energy than what you had before.
We have a footage of you here dancing on stage, and this is exciting. I'm a big fan. We're going to talk a bit more about Yoko's music. I'm a big fan, and Yoko knows this, of the Plastic Ono Band. Always have been. And they'll be performing here in London at the Meltdown Festival, which Yoko is curating in June, along with some other spectacular performers. We'll talk about that in a second, but this is the kind of thing, if you're lucky enough to get tickets, you will see this is Yoko performing in Berlin, I think.
Yes.
Early this year. Have a look at this.
Oh.
That's not your standard 80-year-old.
I did this, what is it, February 17th, the day before my birthday, day before my 80th birthday.
Incredible. And so you're before, and you love to dance on stage.
Well,
Obviously,
when I hear music, my body starts to,
yeah,
you know.
it's pretty good. We've got some footage of you. You always love to dance.
Yeah, yeah.
Ever since you were tiny.
I love dancing. Oh, yeah, when I was a little girl, yes, whenever I was filmed, for some reason, I started dancing.
That's so sweet. Well, we have some footage of Yoko. I'm not sure how old you are here.
I was 2.5 years old.
This is Yoko when she was 2.5 years old, and essentially kind of looks the same. It's about the same height. Dancing. Look at this.
And that's my daddy.
It's the same moves as well. You're doing this.
Not really, please.
It's so sweet to see you there, but your mum and dad, they didn't approve. When you married John, they didn't approve of that, did they?
I felt that they wanted me to become a very good classical musician. And instead of that, I married into a rock family, you know, rock and roll.
Yeah, yeah. And so it was the whole rock and roll, the kind of anti-establishment.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit prejudiced towards rock and roll, I suppose.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. This is, and I hope this isn't too personal, but you still live in the Dakota building in New York?
Yes, I am.
And that's the building, of course, where John was murdered outside. You were with him when he was shot.
Yes, but, you know, it was our home. That was the only home we had. And well, that's the only home I had with John. I'm not going to leave it.
And one thing I think, which I think definitely we can trace back to you and John, certainly if you look now, it's very unusual to find any intelligent member of the rock fraternity or the R&B fraternity who if he or she is not involved in issues, is not involved in trying to change things for the better in the way they see it. And I think one can trace that back pretty much directly to you guys. You were kind of the pioneers of that sort of thing.
Yeah, we were, in a way, yeah. But, I mean, I think that these days, when I look around, most musicians are activists. And it's really great. I mean, it's just getting to be like the whole world is becoming activists, and that's how we're going to make it.
Do you think John would have approved? Do you think he would have been heartened?
Well, I think he's having a big smile now. Yes.
That's so sweet. I know you're very active on Twitter, and this is an interesting thing because there aren't that many octogenarians on Twitter that I'm aware of. You seem to embrace new technology. You're not one of these people who is frightened. You seem to adopt and adapt pretty quickly.
Well, you see with Meltdown, too. I'm inviting people who are very... sort of I wouldn't say avant-garde, but very new music and also new ideas.
Yeah.
You know, all the sort of heavy women artists, but also men who are sort of new age men.
So like Iggy Pop, for example.
Iggy Pop, Boy George, you know. It's all the people who understand about women as well.
And Patti Smith is on the bill as well.
Patti Smith is there, yeah.
Incredible voices and incredible.
Yeah.
And
Pussy Riot, you know, from Russia.
I do know Pussy Riot.
Yeah, you know
I thought some of Pussy Riot were in jail. Are they out now, or are they still...?
Well, some of them are still sort of in there.
Wow, so you've been in... well, so some will be here, and we hope we can get the rest out eventually.
Yes.
That's exciting, though. And you are performing... Do you do new material on stage, or is it... Do you know what material you'll be doing, what set you'll be doing?
Well, I'm doing, Plastic Ono Band. And in the end, I think that the last day, we're doing Double Fantasy.
Oh, wow, that'd be incredible.
And this is the first time that Double Fantasy is being done this way, yeah.
So this will be the first live performance of Double Fantasy?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Let me ask you about something, and I've never asked you this, I don't think, is for all that period when people were blaming you for the breakup of the Beatles,
Well, you know, I've been blamed, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 years now.
So you were aware of that going on? You were aware that's what
I was
people were
fully
saying?
aware of it because it was like they was jabbing me all the time. Like acupuncture, you know, it is probably actually healthy that people jab me, and I was turning that negative energy into positive energy. And that's why I think that one of the reasons that I'm healthy now is because we're healthy, well, sort of healthy, is because I went through all that. And thank you very much.
So the negativity, you could turn that into a positive in some way. But it was very sweet recently, I thought, that Paul McCartney came out and cleared the air a little bit and said, look, you know, for those people
That was very sweet of him to do that. I'm sure that, you know, he got tons of letters saying, how dare you say that? I mean, you know, because they like the idea of us being in a boxing ring, you know, sort of fighting.
Also, it's good to have... people like having someone to demonise. People like having someone to blame, you know, and you were the easy target, I guess.
Well, you know, we know each other for such a long time, and he's a very sensitive and intelligent guy, so, of course, you know, she understands what was going on, that it wasn't going on.
Yeah. What's your favourite song that you've written?
Well, I like all my songs. So what am I going to do?
Okay, and from John's body of work, from the songs that you know he wrote, which one
of
is
course,
the one
John is very special, you know, and he's... well, I'm not saying that he's the only, but I think he was a genius, yes.
And he wrote Woman for you, didn't he, the song?
I know.
Which is... Well, oh, no, I know you know, but... I mean, if you didn't know, this would have been a funny way to find out, wouldn't it? But what an incredible... I mean, what a beautiful song.
Well, you know, it wasn't very easy for me because after John passed away, you know, I go to a shop or something and they're playing Woman, you know. It's a bit... just, you know, to choke me up, actually.
So they would put it on when you went in there, you think, oh, no, that's awful, then.
No, they weren't doing it intentionally, you know. It's just that it's going on the radio.
It was a hit, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. OK, you've offered to do... Yoko's offered to do a little art installation kind of piece here today.
Yeah, I thought there was something there, no?
No, I don't know. Oh, yeah, here. Is this it? This is what you wanted out there? OK. So we have...
OK,
so we have... What do we have here? What are we doing here? And what's the name of this piece?
Well, first of all, I want to see you.
OK.
Well,
Did I pass the test?
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, so far, so good.
Well, I could do something very bad too, couldn't I? I mean...
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about the scissors that are over there. That's the...
Well, that's not for you, don't worry.
It's not for me. So you're wrapping me in bandages?
Yeah, well, you know. Yes.
This is not like plaster of Paris, is it? You're not going to get this wet.
It's a very peaceful thing to do.
Okay. I'm feeling quite calm already.
Yeah, I think so.
My legs are quite bigger than you. OK. You know, I'm kind of quite large, so this might take a while.
And...
So, why don't we go to a break, and you can carry on.
Without you, you mean?
No, with me. But no, why don't you carry on wrapping me? We'll go to a break, and we'll see how this pans out when we get back. So don't go away. We've got more from Jamie and Louise, and we've got Vin Diesel will be joining us as well for a trip. So don't go away. Welcome back, and as you can see, I am being transformed into a work of living art by Yoko. OK, well, that I suppose I had that coming. OK. You know, I've still got some presenting to do on the show this evening, Yoko.
I hope you can breathe.
Yeah, you should maybe ask before you cover my nose with... So, but this is oddly, it's quite calm being in here. I must say, it's quite a pleasant experience. Is that the intention, or is it...
The intention is to make sure that you feel peaceful.
I have felt more peaceful at other times. But maybe doing this in front of an audience. Maybe if this was being done in private, we might feel more. And so you are doing this at Meltdown, not to everyone, we should point out. And there's a silent disco going on as well, is that right?
Yes. But, you know, Meltdown is for everybody in a way, because we have one night that's for guys to complain about themselves. And also, there's a night for women to complain, of course, you know. And we all have nights that we can...
What?
Excuse me.
I'm so calm that I momentarily...
Well, I think it's great that you're also the Man of New Age.
You know what? This must be odd for you to be having a conversation with me looking like this, isn't it? I mean, you're taking this in your stride.
Not really. I mean, you know, I'm like a nurse, you know. I'm used to people with bandages.
OK.
On a mental level.
Now I can see again, but you don't mind me seeing again?
No, I don't mind.
OK, good. Would you like to sit down again? Okay.
Do you think I should sit
Sit down again. I'm going to stay bandaged. Vinny, you ever been bandaged up by a woman?
No, I've never been bandaged.
Where are you going?
I was going to sit over here. I was going to let her sit over there.
What do you mean you're going to sit over here? What's going on?
I thought maybe I'd sit at the end of this.
Don't you even make a move for those scissors. OK. I'm going to stay this for a little while.
I like it.
We're going to have an illusion, ladies and gentlemen, to end the show. Will you first, though, and I know Yoko's going to join you, but join me, just say thank you, will you, for being here this evening to the fabulous Yoko Ono, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to do an illusion now. I think we might need some help from everyone here, so I'm going to ask you to welcome now, from The Illusionist, the sick and twisted mind of Mr. Kevin James, ladies and gentlemen. From The Illusionists. That was incredible. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. That's a great piece of magic, isn't it? Thanks to all my guests this evening, of course, Louis and James, of course, the fabulous Vin Diesel and Yoko Ono, ladies and gentlemen. Next week on the show, I will be joined by Lee Evans, the cast of Mad Dogs, the beautiful Gemma Arterton, and former First Lady of France, Carla Bruni, will be here chatting and singing, and we have music from the mighty Primal Scream. But now, performing Pompeii, it's Bastille.
I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your poses, the dust settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this if you close your eyes? Do we begin the rubble or our sins? Oh, where do we begin the rubble or our sins? And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Oh, how am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this if you close your eyes? Does it almost feel like nothing changed?
Shunned by his own force, he's now going it alone in the crime-ridden streets of Victorian London. The Suspicions of Mr. Witch are brand new tomorrow night at 8.